Now it is time to celebrate. We welcome in Rachel Galligan. That's right. We're going to break down the women's hoops from around the country in the Big 12. Rach, I know you're just off the plane, back from calling another game. We thank you for taking the time. How you doing?
I mean, we're in the thick of it right now. I hope everybody's staying warm and staying safe out there. But yeah, just got back from Lubbock literally this morning.
and by the way, don't blink because we will miss February if you do. I mean, that's how fast it goes. We're going to hop in the time machine now and take a look back. Utah upsetting number 22 West Virginia 71-64. That was on Tuesday. Now they're 6-3 in conference play. They also upset TCU earlier this season in OT. This feels like a team on the cusp of making something happen. Am I right about that?
Yeah, I totally agree. This was a really good bounce back performance for the Utes. They shot the ball exceptionally well in that game, 56% from the three-point line, going 10 of 18 from the three-point line. They shot 54% from the field, had 4 players in double figures. Sneed led the way with 15 points. White added 14. Evans and Ross both added 12. They have a lot of weapons offensively, and that's what I love so much about this team. But they also did a really good job of attacking the full court pressure that West Virginia really brings to the table. And defensively, they were really good, holding the Mountaineers to just 17% from the three-point line. You know, this is a team that just is building out their resume, and I could see them making some noise in March.
Another team that's starting to make noise now, and this would be a surprise. Like if I read this statement 2 months ago, it wouldn't make any sense. Iowa State upsets Texas Tech, ranks 21st in the country, right? Unranked Iowa State. Well, that's the reality. They go into Lubbock. They beat Texas Tech 84-70. That was on Wednesday. Bill Fennerly, his 297th win. That's the most in Big 12 conference history. You were there calling the game. Is this Iowa State team kind of rounding back into form, I should say, and turning the corner?
Well, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Bill Fenley. He's a coach, the dean that I have the utmost respect for, and it was an absolute honor to be able to call that game. Just a historic moment, passing Kim Mulkey for the most Big 12 conference wins. But I mean, it's been a challenging time for the Cyclones, dealing with the adversity of injuries, primarily losing Addie Brown, and so this was a really a much-needed victory. This is the best I've seen this team play since she's gone down. And you talk about just so many reasons to celebrate. Audie Crooks finished with 33 points, passed the 2,000 career point mark. She did so in just 89 games, breaking the record for the fewest played games to reach that mark in league history. You also have Jada Williams, who's been fantastic, the Big 12 Player of the Week, went off for 44 points last week. She just passed the career 1,000-point mark. She had 9 assists and only 1 turnover against a team that does a really good job of pressuring you. It was just a complete night for the Cyclones. They were disciplined on both ends of the floor, and it was a tough win to go on the road and play as well as they did in Lubbock, especially in that type of environment. It was really impressive, like I said, for a team who's dealt with a ton of adversity.
Oklahoma State. How about the Cowgirls? They beat BYU 67-51. That has them at 6-3 and 6-3 in the conference, 17-5 overall. What did that win tell you about Oklahoma State?
Micah Gray was fantastic. She really sets the tone for the Cowgirls. She finished with 25 points, 7 made threes, and Amari Whiting continues to show why she's, honestly, in my opinion, one of the most impactful transfer portal additions in the country. She was great, had 16 points and 10 rebounds. They dominated the glass 51-39. The win also marked the 900th win in Cowgirl basketball history. I've said it from the start. This is a really fun team to watch. Offensively, they're incredibly dynamic, and obviously they hold one of the toughest environments to play in. Oklahoma State's 12-1 this season at home.
First Sunday in many months. There will be no NFL football. We got 2 primetime, top 25, Big 12, nationally televised women's college basketball games. On Sunday, the first one let's talk about. Baylor and West Virginia. 14th ranked Baylor going into Morgantown. That's at 1 Eastern time on ESPN. Your thoughts about that one?
I mean, huge. I mean, I'm just so excited. I'm going to be camped out. I'm not going anywhere. Nobody bothered me on Sunday. Baylor's won 8 in a row. They're one of the hottest teams in the country, in my opinion. This is a team who's really found their rhythm. They're playing exceptionally well right now. But as we all know, going into Morgantown, that's a really tough environment. And this is a win that West Virginia, in my opinion, really needs, coming off that Utah loss. You have a big opportunity with the #1 team in the standings coming to town. Just an opportunity to close that 3-game gap in the standings. And like you said, that exposure on ESPN is huge. And then the other one, just talking about a full day, and I love the fact that we don't have to compete with any football. You got TCU at Texas Tech. Obviously, a lot riding on this game. TCU, the preseason favorites, they're second in the standings. Texas Tech is third. I really want to see how the Lady Raiders respond to that tough home loss to Iowa State. It's a huge opportunity, but you also have two of the best defenses in the Big 12 and two of the oldest teams in the Power 4. So a lot riding on that game, and I expect a lot of high-profile performances.
Rachel Galligan, her favorite play was taking a charge when she played hoops. That's all you need to know about this young woman right here. Rach, thank you so much for the insight, the inspiration, and the excitement. We will check in with you next week.
Always a pleasure. We'll talk soon.
All right.